How's it going, guys? Missing Now here, and today we're doing another Kaijudo deck profile. A few videos back, I had mentioned my daughter had actually built a deck. She saw the card Aqua Ranger Commander and noted that it was just a double breaking Emperor Neuron. She asked if it was any good, and I told her no because it's an Aquan, and she decided to make it her mission to try and make Aquans playable and like its own like deck. She came up with this really good draft. I presented it to the dojo. Modest and a few others kind of chimed in, gave us some ideas of what we could consider replacing, and gave her some examples of what she should do. And this is ultimately what we have settled on. It is a solid 40 cards, and I think this deck is pretty good. I'm pretty excited to show you guys. So let's go ahead and hop into what my daughter has built. To start things off, we play 3 copies of Prickleback. I've shown off Prickleback so many times, there's not much else to say about it. It's just a really good beastkin. It can evolve into your Bronze Arm Sabretooth, and it can dodge being killed by bigger things by going back to your hand after it breaks shields. It's just all over a fantastic card and an absolute staple for this deck in my opinion. She is also playing 3 copies of Aqua Trickster. She chose to put in a small corrupted package in the deck, which I think is actually pretty freaking smart. Aqua Trickster is an Aquan, so it can evolve into your commander. 2 for 1,000 vanilla at the time when it comes out, but it will gain effects from the other 2 corrupteds that you play, while making it a lot better in my opinion. But yeah, Aqua Trickster, just a great early body, can evolve evolution material for later. Super good. She's also playing 3 copies of Savage Spawn. You don't necessarily care about the clash effect for it. The deck caps out at a level 7 card, and you only play 3 of it. That's like the highest drop that you have in this deck. But Savage Spawn is a beastkin, so again, it's more evolution material for stuff like your Bronze Arm Sabretooth. So it's really good. Another cryptid that she plays is 3 copies of Bronze Arm Renegade. 2 for 2,000 corrupted beastkin. Each time one of your corrupted creatures would be banished, it goes to your mana zone instead. So even if they do kill your Aqua Trickster, since it is also a corrupted, it will gain the same effect as the Renegade. And you can get some mana. It's just a tiny little mana Excel package if things start going south for you, which I think is really cool. And again, it can evolve into your Bronze Arm Sabretooth. It's really nice. She's playing 3 copies of Wavebreaker Tribe. This is a 2 for 3,000 vanilla, but it's both an Aquan and a Beastkin, so this card can go into either your evolutions that you play in this deck, and I think that's super, super cool. For her level 3s, she is playing 3 copies of Wave Force Seer. I believe this card originally was Phase Scout, but Modest recommended to her to switch it for this. It's 3 for 2,000 Aquan. Whenever you draw a card, you choose one of your creatures and it can't be blocked this turn, which is fantastic. Just having it on your field at the beginning of your turn guarantees you're breaking at least 1 shield. So that's really cool. This will go off with other things that you play. Things like your Lieutenant that we're going to be getting to later that gives all your Corrupteds the ability to draw whenever they attack. That's really cool. It also goes well with these 3 copies of Captain Orwellia that he recommended that we played as well. 3 for 3,000 Aquan, and whenever this creature enters the battle zone, each player draws a card. She didn't like that effect at first because, you know, you're still giving your opponent an additional card. But this is still a decent body, and you are also yourself getting another additional card, so you're just getting more advantage on top of it. And a lot of times, she'll draw into like a piece that she absolutely needs, or they'll just like bring her even further ahead. Captain Royal is a really, really good card. We also play 3 copies of Jarbala Hatchery. 3 for 2,000, and you can tap 2 for your mana for the second creature you play each turn. That's really cool. It's really fun to go Jarbala Hatchery, and then go into Captain Orwellia for 1. That's really nice. There's been a lot of times where you can just get a free body because anything it's like level 1 or 2 you can just drop for free afterwards. That's also really good. Jarbala Hatchery is just a fantastic card. To start off the level 4s, we are playing 3 copies of Seneschal Choten's Lieutenant. This is the corrupted creature that will make all of your corrupted creatures gain the ability to draw cards every time that they attack. So again, that's really going to help with your Seer to make everything unblockable. That's super cool. It also makes it so all your corrupted creatures can't be the target of your opponent's spells that target things that are level 4 or less. So things like Bone Blades, Piercing Judgment, your corrupted creatures can't be touched by those. That's also really good. It is a Cyberlord, so you can't evolve on top of it, but the amount of advantage you can get from just having him out with a couple of corrupted is super, super crazy. This card is fantastic. I think her adding this little package was a really smart idea. She's only playing 2 copies of her Sulka Aqua Chaser. Honestly, the deck is makes itself pretty unblockable, but there are some times that there's just a threat that she just doesn't want to deal with at the time, and Rusalka just bounces and gets it out of the picture. But yeah, Rusalka really good. Again, it's a Trench Hunter, can't evolve on top of it, but that's fine. It just helps further your game state. And for the last level 4, we play 3 copies of Bronze Arm Sabretooth. I think she's definitely taken after me with the amount of love that she has for this card, because Sabretooth, like I said, is freaking awesome. 4 for 7,000, Double Breaker. If it dies, it goes to mana, as well as the body that's underneath of it. This card is just super good. And you play so many Beastkins that it's almost impossible to not play this card and get it out as soon as you draw it. This card is super, super good. Definitely one of the best finishers for our deck. Moving on to her level 5, she's playing 2 copies of Gigglehorn Charger. 5 for 3,000. Search your deck for a creature that's 5,000 power or more when you play this card. You only have 2 targets in this deck for this card, which are your 3 Bronze Arm Sabretooths and your commanders that will be coming up after this card. This is by far the most cuttable card, but if you open a Charger before you see your 6 evolutions, you can at least guarantee that you can add 1 to your hand. So there's that. It's been testing fine. There are times where we don't need it. Like getting the search is nice, but a lot of times it's just unnecessary at that point. So if you want to play it, you can. We're not quite sure what we would cut it for just yet. We're kind of looking at some ideas. But Charger might come out in the future, which is kind of sad to say, but I mean, it is what it is. Oh my god. We're also playing 3 copies of Aqua Ranger Commander. This is the card that made her want to build this deck to begin with. 5 for 7,000. Has to evolve on top of an Aquan. Double Breaker, and this creature can't be blocked. So she compared it to Emperor Neuron. I mean, it doesn't draw anything. But, I don't know. It's an interesting card. I wouldn't say it's a great card, but she was really wanting to build something around it because I think she thinks it looks really cool. He has a fish gun. That's so cool. But yeah, this was her whole inspiration was this card. She really liked Bronze Arm Sabretooth. She saw a lot of synergy with the Beastkins and how there's a lot of low drop Beastkins, a lot of low drop Aquans. Put them together, what could go wrong? So yeah, Aqua Ranger Commander. And the last card she's playing is 3 copies of Root Trap. This is the only spell in the deck. It's also the only Shield Blast in the deck, so that's kind of a weak spot of the deck. But Root Trap is nice. Removal is always a fun thing to have. But yeah, this is the deck she built. I think it turned out really freaking cool. And yeah. But yeah, that's the build. It's super budget. I think the most expensive card is probably the probably these. But even still, these are probably fairly cheap compared to a lot of other things in the game. Yeah, deck is super fun. We really like it. We were originally trying to play like Omgoth and stuff in it to, get a bunch of draws, because then each draw would be a whole nother body that would be unblockable. But there wasn't really a point in trying to focus the whole deck on trying to get into a level 7 when your level 4s and level 5s do just enough work to get everything taken care of. But yeah, this is the deck. Like I said, it's really cheap. It's really fun. And I think she did a great job doing this. We have been playing Kaijudo together for about 3 years now, and she's learned a lot, and she's making like a lot of really smart decisions when it comes to playing the game. And it's just a fun little family bonding thing. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thank you, Modest, and anyone else who helped with building the deck. It's been a while since I went back and actually looked at the conversations in Discord. But I know there are a couple people chiming in for sure. But yeah, so again, thank you to the Discord. Make sure to go check out the Discord if you're interested in more Kaijudo stuff, talking deck profiles, tournaments. Tournaments are kind of on a down right now, but who knows? Maybe someone else will take up the mantle and host some tournaments. That'll be something cool. There's a buy sell trade group section in there, so absolutely check it out. Make sure to check out Modest's channel. He has fantastic stuff. And I will catch you guys at a later time.